Good morning, happy Monday, everyone. So, this video is about a few things, but basically it's about what we use WolfStack for. So we run if I just quickly close this little chappy here. So we run, this is the in-office cluster we use for testing, and then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 clusters. 3 of these Proxmox clusters that have with WolfStack, you can just install WolfStack on top of Proxmox on each node. And 2 of them, this one is actually a proper WolfStack cluster that's running a Minio cluster, which is the old object storage. We haven't bothered doing anything with it. I haven't been rebooted for 13 days. So this was a really interesting cluster, and these are as well, because with a standard sort of setup, you can't really see what's going on. And we found we have masses of resources here that we could use for projects. So we were able to not only use it for Minio, but use it for other things as well. So we go back to the data center. We can look at Cynthia and Sophie, bless them. And there's the dashboard. I can see what's going on with it. We also discovered there are a few Docker containers lying around on it. 4, in fact. 2 of these are actually, we've got a Wolf Run installation on this. And so that's here. This is what we do, like auto scaling. So it's a kind of Kubernetes, but simple without any YAML files. I'll just delete that one. But you can basically, you set a template to do what you want, and then you just tell it how many you want, and it auto scales. And so, for instance, this one, you'll see that we've got round robin, or I can use IP hash, and it tells you what's going on there. And this is actually Excalibur, which we actually have running somewhere. And then what we did was, once you've done that, we've got a networking thing that actually. We've got a Wiregrab bridge into this as well. So that's the Wolf Run cluster in there. So what happens is that I'm getting off the track, but basically we use auto scaling on this project, and you see it gives you a service IP that you can then, you just have to point at that. It automatically route through to the containers and load balance into them. And then you just go into the networking of it, and the public IP of the system, you just point to it. So in fact, it's that public IP. So I suspect that it's actually on there. You can have a go if you want. That's not that exciting. This is a new thing we're working on. Let's go to here. Okay. Sorry, that's my LinkedIn. Please follow me on LinkedIn. So this actually is pointing at that. If it works, is it going to work? I might have got the wrong port or something. Maybe it's 5,000. I don't know. Anyway, I should have accessed this, but I'm kind of waffling because I want to show you what we're doing. Anyway, we'll go back to WolfStack. I'll sort that out later. 148. I think I've basically connected. Yeah, it would help if I actually connected to the right place. So professional. There it is. Okay, so this basically, I've left something on there. So this basically is running on a Wolf Run cluster, which is a bunch of, it's actually, so if I go backwards a bit, WolfStack has an app store. So what I did was I just basically go to app store. I found something here. I deployed it out to one of these WolfStack nodes, and then I used Wolf Run to just create, to make a template of it, and then do the route from the server IP address to the host IP, and then that was it, and it works. Simple. No YAML files, no messing around. I mean, this was really built out of my own frustration with trying to run 3 Proxmox clusters, and a few, like have like little machines everywhere, and servers everywhere, and you set a server up to run a little database, and you can't remember where it was, and you don't want to run Proxmox on it because it's just a database cluster. So so that's where we kind of at. I mean, this is the biggest cluster we run. This is 6 big servers. These are very big servers. Give you an idea. This has got 125 gig of RAM. That's not a big one. This one is a big one. This has got like 187 gig of RAM. These are like 32 cores, and you can see even this one we got 84% memory usage. We know about that. It's running a virtual world called Wolf Territories Grid, which you're very welcome to visit on Lone Wolf on that Wolf Territories Grid thing. So that's what we're running at the moment. Behind me, I have a little Raspberry Pi, which isn't in the cluster at the moment, only because its SD card's too small. So I've ordered a new SD card, and then I'll add it to this cluster there. WolfStack's not like other platforms where you have to have everything has to have the same kind of spec, like the same kind of IPs. It does a lot more because it does all the monitoring. So we were using Grafana or something for monitoring. So we had another thing for monitoring. We had another thing for backups. We had another thing for status pages, but it's all built into WolfStack because I just want to make it easy. And the other goal was that if someone's like running a home lab, to make it really useful. So like on our homepage, obviously we're running a lot of servers, and I know Baby's got a problem. I know exactly what's wrong with that. But like you've got these bookmarks, so you can actually use it as your main dashboard for your home, for your website, for using your web, because you can not only monitoring your servers, but you actually got what's going on there. Plus, on top of that, we've got a monitoring thing, and I'll show you it right now. So, for instance, here, this is in Discord. So join our Discord. Actually, that is our Discord, and you can actually look at these alerts. And what happens is that there's a threshold alert, and I know there's a threshold alert. I know it's Baby's running a massive process at the moment. But actually, because I've got AI enabled, which you don't have to have. I know some people don't like AI, so you don't have to have it enabled. If you have it enabled, it will give you recommendations to fix the problem. Same with your daily or 6 hourly or however many. If you go to the issue checker, you can actually set it to run every hour, every 6 hours daily, and it will look for issues, and you'll find out, if a server's rebooting or there's an issue that, sometimes you do get servers that just reboot, especially if they get a bit overloaded. And obviously we're set up in clusters, so it doesn't really bother us. We just wait for it to come back and then try and investigate what went wrong with it. So yeah, so it is really designed to run on a tiny little setup, maybe with one machine, maybe your own computer. You can run it on your home computer if you want to learn, or a Raspberry Pi, right up to an IBM Power server, which is there's something else, because obviously they're running RISC processors, and because it compiles when you install it, actually compiles WolfStack for your system. So you're going to get the whole thing I've written in Rust, and I do use AI to do user interface stuff because I really don't enjoy it. And I have got a fantastic UI guy, but this is my little project, I suppose, that I've been working on. Another thing we've added as well is there's a Patreon thing. This is really hilarious because I'm the creator, but I haven't actually got the top level Patreon because I can't actually sign up for my own Patreon, which is crazy. But if you click on it, then there's different levels of sponsorship and whatever. And that gives you access to different things. Like in here, you'll find that the beta Patreon Advanced and above will have access to our beta. So you'll be able to use the new stuff that's coming out before it actually gets out. Plus Patreon members, of course, get access to a private Discord channel and higher support levels, obviously. And then we do work with big enterprises as well. We're partners with MariaDB, and if you don't know who that is, they're one of the biggest database providers in the world. They've got some fantastic stuff. So again, you don't have to use AI. If you do, you can chat to him about your servers. So what's happening with Baby? Now, then he'll go off and interrogate things and find out what's going on. And remember, you'll notice that it says 127.0.0.1 on here. That's because I've got WolfStack installed on my local machine. So I've created these clusters. And the other thing as well is if you've got two Proxmox clusters, you can put WolfStack on both of them. So each node of each cluster, and then make one big cluster over the top of it. Because WolfStack uses its own networking. Here you go. It gives you all kinds of things. What's going on? Load averages are extreme. Health. Investigate Baby immediately. A load average of 130 is not normal by any way of circumstances. Dig deeper into what's running on that node. Now, I could do that, but I'm not going to because I know exactly what's running. It's just an initialization process that's taken a while. So, yeah, I mean, that's it, really. So I do invite everybody to try it out. You can just go and run it straight from wolfstack.org, not that one. wolfstack.org. This is the website. It's got, lots of information on how to use stuff. And just follow this quick start thing. Be all right and get it going. Hope that's useful. Join our Discord. Give us a little star on GitHub. And obviously, down the bottom here, it talks about Patreon and stuff like that. And you can help sponsor the work because obviously we're not giving it away. If you've got a bit of money spare and you want to support us and you want to be part of this for the future, please shout. Please get on with this. We're really happy to talk to people and promote it for the future. Thanks very much.